Hello, everybody. So we decided to release this video during the Independent Learning Week to give everybody more time to complete the final requirement for genomics and proteomics laboratory. So the expert talk is a culminating activity that's designed to enhance your engagement and understanding of current trends in genomics and proteomics. So we hope that through this activity, you'll have an opportunity to interact with established professionals in the field. You can start to learn more about the process of networking and also gain insights beyond classroom discussions. So this discussion that we'll be having today would serve as a guide to help you navigate the process of organizing and executing the symposium. So the objectives of the symposium is to first expose you to contemporary research and also professional practices in genomics and proteomics by giving you the opportunity to gain access to professionals and experts in the field. We also want to use this opportunity to promote collaboration between us in the academia and those who are involved in the industry by creating an event where you can invite experts who can be considered leaders in these fields. Now, since you will be spearheading the creation of this event, its implementation, and also create a reflection paper on the activity. We hope that through this activity, you can develop your organizational and communication skills because you will be involved in event planning, hosting, and execution. Now, beyond the members of our class, we hope that you can also open up this event to other students so that this event can be a platform for knowledge exchange and start discussions on the impacts of cutting edge technologies and their applications, especially to our daily lives. Then, of course, we hope that this will give you an opportunity to enhance your leadership and teamwork skills, as again you will be taking the responsibility for various aspects of the events. So you will need to coordinate not just with members of our lab, but with the members of the other lab class, the one under Doc Ziba, and execute the following tasks. So first would be theme development. So we need you to generate a relevant theme that reflects the latest trends in genomics and proteomics. And you have to ensure that the theme aligns with the interest and expertise of the speakers that you are thinking of inviting. The second stage would be speaker invitation. So we want you to identify maybe 1 to 3 experts in the field who can contribute to the theme. You will be sending out formal invitations and also follow up for confirmation. And then you'll manage speaker logistics, such as transportation, if you want this to be a face-to-face event, and also accommodations. But otherwise, you'll also have to set up Zoom access and all of those things if you want this to be a virtual event. Now, the third stage would be program creation. So you have to outline the flow of the event, including the speaker presentations, the Q&A sessions, and breaks if needed. You have to designate your moderators and your MCs, and you have to allocate time for networking and also informal discussions. The fourth stage would be your logistical arrangements. So again, if you want this to be a face-to-face event, you have to reserve a suitable venue that can accommodate the expected number of attendees, or if it's going to be virtual, you have to create the Zoom room that will be able to accommodate the number of virtual guests as well. So you have to arrange for the necessary equipment. If it's face-to-face, you'll need projectors, microphones, and laptops. If it's virtual, you have to make sure that your speakers would have good audio, your MCs would have good audio and good internet connection to make sure that the event would flow efficiently. And then you also have to set up whether it's virtual or face-to-face, you have to set up registration, signage or promotions, and other arrangements that would make the event flow efficiently. Also attendance. And then the fifth stage would be your promotional paraphernalia. Of course, the fifth stage is normally happening while the program creation and logistical arrangements are being set up. So this would be the creation of posters, flyers, and also social media announcements, and the dissemination of these promotional materials at least 2 weeks before the event. And then on the day itself, you'll have event hosting. So you have to assign roles for event management, including management of the presentations or the slides that will be shown on screen, tech support, ushering in the sense that if some of your participants will have questions or issues about entering the Zoom room and so on. And then you also have to prepare or ask people to take charge of opening and closing remarks. Now, while all of these is happening, a subgroup of the two classes should be working on documentation and evaluation. So this should be the recording of the sessions, taking photos for documentation, preparing post-event reports, and gathering feedback from speakers and attendees. So just a rudimentary timeline if classes were not canceled last October 25. This should have been the date when class orientation and brainstorming on themes would have happened. But since this is happening during Independent Learning Week already, we're already delayed by a couple of days. But hopefully for the rest of the Independent Learning Week, the class can start thinking of target speakers and maybe ask or give informal invitations. But by the time we get back to school on starting November 5, hopefully you can secure confirmations from your invited speakers. And then by the week of November 10, you can already figure out your venue, check for equipment, and finalize the program setup. On the week of November 12, I hope that the two classes can finalize event flow, assign roles, and draft your scripts. By the week of November 15, you should already start thinking of how you're going to create and disseminate your digital posters and social media content. On November 27, I hope we can conduct a rehearsal to review flow, troubleshoot, and finalize details. And on November 29, that should be the date when we will have your event. So we'll host the symposium, manage the time, and coordinate with speakers. Now, December 3 is our backup date. Ideally, this should be the day for post-event evaluation where we can compile documentation and feedback and present learnings. But you can also consider it a backup day if we cannot push through on November 29. December 3 is your final date to actually have the event. Okay, next. So some additional considerations. So if ever you think that you'll need to spend for this project, please keep track of expenditures, for example, for food, for venue, for paraphernalia, so that at the end of the term, everybody can pitch in for the expenses. Please take note of team dynamics. Make sure to find time to regularly meet to discuss progress, anticipate challenges, and coordinate responsibilities. As your lecture teacher, I will be providing portions of our time, usually on seat work preparation and report preparation days where you can coordinate these things. And then make sure to have contingency plans. So we have to be prepared for unforeseen circumstances, such as speaker cancellations or technical issues if your host gets disconnected. So you have to have backup hosts available to step up. Okay. Now, after the successful completion of the event, there is also an individual aspect for this activity, which is the submission of a reflection paper. So we will be uploading a document that provides the format and the general content flow of this reflection paper to make sure that everybody is able to cover the event as they should, but also for us to be able to see meaningfully your key takeaways from the activity. So more or less, that's it for the orientation for the expert talk event for genomics and proteomics. If you have any questions or points of clarification, please don't hesitate to message us via Animo Space. And I hope that you can start getting in touch with the other lab section. And if their orientation hasn't pushed through yet, please don't hesitate to show them this video, to send them a link of this video, as the content of the orientation between me and Doc Ziba is generally the same. So thank you so much for listening, and looking forward to seeing everyone after the Independent Learning Week.